Hey Capricorn, welcome to November 2020. Welcome to Scorpio season. How are you feeling? Boy, oh boy, energy's been really intense, especially when I think about all of the planets that are in your sign right now. Okay. First card out, the Hanged Man. Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, the Fool. Okay, so the Hanged Man. With all these planets that are in your sign, there is a lot of growing that's going on. There's a lot of knowledge that's also being bestowed upon you, whether you know it or not. And so, while things may feel like they're at a huge standstill, and things may feel stagnant and like they aren't moving, I need you to understand that on a very intense level, your guys' growth and transformation is kind of on display for all of us to see right now because of the planetary energies. And so I need you guys to hold as much seriousness when it comes to understanding the transits that are going on within you right now, just like everybody has had understanding about all the transits that have been going on in the sky right now, in your area of the sky. I think the Seven of Cups is always confusion for me and haziness. I feel like certain people are trying to make you see things from their perspective because they don't quite understand your perspective. I think that also, outside of just other people, I feel that all of this stationary learning for you guys is putting your cardinal nature to the test, because you're kind of having to sit back and observe everything and see how everything moves around you without necessarily putting all of your focus and energy into one particular thing. So it may be frustrating because you may feel the urge to dive into one of these cups. But it just isn't, it's not the right energy. First of all, you wouldn't want to dive into one of these cups anyways, right? But you kind of feel not yourself, because where you would normally want to go and revolutionize and get started on diving into this new area, there's just been a lot of this hangman energy. So the Page of Cups, if you do try to go, and if you have tried to go and wander down the paths of any of these cups in the Seven of Cups, I feel like you quickly found out and realized that some of those cups lead nowhere, and that if anything, if you do dive into those cups, the people, places, and things that you kind of have to entertain in those spaces are way under you, way beneath you. Not in a egotistical way, but just on an energetic frequency frequency, like vibration. You guys are not at the same vibration. Which the only reason why you would be jumping into one of these cups to begin with is because you want to get some of this pent up and built up energy out and conquering a thing, accomplishing a thing. And if you dive into one of these cups and it's just fuckery, that isn't productive to you guys. You know what I mean? It would put you in this like Bean Boozled type position. You know what I mean? So yeah. Seven of Cups, just steer clear of it. The Fool card is following the Page of Cups. The time to move is coming. The time to move as we get closer to Sagittarius. Sorry about that. My tech wants to be difficult today. As we get closer to Sag season, the Fool energy really becomes the forefront for you. All of this enlightenment that's displayed in the Hangman energy, all of this potential energy is getting ready to be expressed through you come Sag season. Scorpio fixed water is a really intense time, and it's an intense time because while there is a lot of pressure that Scorpio, if we're talking about Scorpios in general, Scorpios put a lot of pressure on themselves to perform, even if what the moment calls for is complete stillness and emotional presence. Scorpio season requires of all of us something deeper and something that requires us to sit still within ourselves, so that way we can clearly pick out what isn't working and transform it. And so it's important to understand that this little hiccup isn't really a hiccup. It's something that all the signs are kind of experiencing in their own unique way, and it's something very unique to Scorpio season. So you just kind of have to roll with the punches this month and understand that once we get closer to mutable fire and we're one season closer to being in your sign, things will get lighter. The disconnect between what you want to do and what you're able to actually go out and accomplish, because you'll have the supporting energy to do, that gap closes. Eight of Cups, Five of Wands. If there are any situations going on in your life right now where people are trying to pick fights with you, people are trying to get you to emotionally invest, whether that be emotional in the sense of people leaning on you, or emotional in the sense of people are trying to get you worked up to produce a certain emotional reaction out of you. If any of this is going on this month, the best thing that you can do is walk away from any situation that is putting you in this state of conflict. Really embody your opposite sign of Cancer and just like crab walk out of a situation that is feeling funny to you. If people are coming at you funny, wanting to start fights, wanting to start arguments, if you notice that people are saying certain things, people that are close to you too, that are saying certain things that they know are deeply personal to you because they're trying to sting you in Scorpio season, walk away. The Eight of Cups is really the only thing that I can say, because if you get into the mix and you engage in this Five of Wands energy, no matter how high and mighty you think you are going into the situation, what I mean by that is how secure you feel like you are in your position to be able to ward off these clowns. Just the sheer fact that you would be engaging with them is what they're after. So take the high road and just focus on your bag. Focus on you. You are the bag. I think that's what people don't understand is you are what attracts the bag, right? So why doesn't anybody want to do the work on themselves to fix what it is that they're attracting? This is what the Hanged Man space really is for you. You're meant to be utilizing this time to let all of this planetary wisdom that is being directly funneled into you right now, again, because of all the intense energy going on in your sign, allow that to pour into you and expand you, and listen to the calls that energy presents to you. Don't go and try to dive into the Seven of Cups or the Five of Wands. Listen and answer the calls that spirit within you are ringing, and through that you will remain pretty intact through Scorpio season and going into December over the course of November. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very secure in themselves and can't be reminded of who she is via other people. She already keeps herself in check. She knows exactly who the fuck she is. The good parts and the bad parts. The Hierophant. And then we have the... Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on. There was another card that I completely missed, but I'll finish what I was saying. We had the Hierophant and then the Hermit card. A card that came out in the between time, though, that I forgot to mention is the Three of Cups. This is after the Five of Wands, before the Queen of Pentacles, just so you get an idea of where this is sitting. These people may, just, again, another warning, people may not always come at you aggressively to bat. People may want to get you in situations where you are around friends, around other people, mutual friends that you guys know, where there may be alcohol in the mix, where they may be using certain environmental situations to get you in a space where enacting this Five of Wands energy is going to be more difficult for you to walk out of. You know, if you agree to go to a birthday party or a night out with some friends and you're drinking and you took an Uber there and you're, in the middle of everything and then somebody wants to start some shit with you, that's a lot different than you being at home and a friend is calling you, coming at you funny. See what I'm saying? So just be weary of that. If you get a bad vibe or if you get an inkling that somebody around you in your circle, and it doesn't even have to be somebody close, but just somebody is not of pure intention when interacting with you and when inviting you out to do things. We're in November, we're getting into holiday time. Thanksgiving is this month. You know what I mean? So this may be family members too. This may be people that, again, you would think are going to be in your corner that may be trying to set you up to have some explosion moments. Even if it isn't intentional all the time on their end, they may not be plotting to do this against you necessarily, but they may be feeling wound up in their own ways and they have some things to say. And again, that's great that they may have some things to say, but they need to know how to approach you the right way. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't take any funny shit from somebody. If somebody marches into the Queen of Pentacles kingdom and starts coming at her funny, she's going to have her guards kick you the fuck out. Okay. Wanted to say that before I got into the 2 arcanas, because these 2 are like ending the reading. There's a lot of earth energy going on. That's been apparent through this reading with us talking about your the planets in your sign. Here you have Taurus energy and Virgo energy coming in to support you. What this screams to me is, A, really utilize your natural earth energy to stabilize during this time. What will make this whole thing so much smoother is if you don't take your feet off the ground. If you don't unplant your steady grasp this month, then you will pretty much be in the Queen of Pentacles space all month long as other people are trying to like come at you funny if they do. I really hope that people don't, and that this is something that that you can avoid. The Hierophant and the Hermit are also, though, when we dive into the specifics of the card, the Hierophant is a growing up, is a elevating of status, of how you conduct yourself in the world, how you, what I mean by conduct yourself, not necessarily via action, right? What you do, but how you uphold yourself while doing it. It's about you coming out of November, having absorbed a lot of this knowledge through harnessing the intensity of everything transiting through your sign, and being able to apply that using this Scorpio transformative energy into quite literally leveling yourself up on a very like material level. I'm not necessarily talking money, but I'm just talking about how the vibe that people get when you talk, the vibe that people get when they see your marketing for whatever it is that you're doing business wise, the vibe that people get when they enter a room, or they're in a room and they see you enter a room, in any capacity, friends, family, anything. People are going to be able to notice this shift and this difference in your overall energy and how you carry yourself. Like I said, these planets are, maybe I didn't say it in this reading, but it came up this month. These planets are helping you grow up even more. These intense transits are aiding in your elevation and in your maturation. The Hermit card. This is now diving into the specifics of this card. Being able to harness the independent nature of Scorpio season and utilizing this dark and deep time, right? As all of this deep inner work is going on, as you are navigating through situations where people may want to bring conflict into the mix, right? Amidst all of this, there's a part of you that is deep within, observing whatever comes up out of these situations and is holding this light up against it. You are simultaneously experiencing and analyzing what it is you're experiencing this month. Analyzing in the way that you would like observe something that you're studying. You can kind of emotionally separate yourself from the very emotionally based situations that people may be trying to trap you in this month, because you're aware, hopefully. Some of you may not be, but hopefully you guys are aware going into the month that all of this is happening for you, and you can detach any emotion from some of the hard stuff that's going on, and instead use all of those things that feel uncomfortable to you when they happen as those markers on what to like zero in on and really observe even closer. You're able to like analyze now what used to make you feel very reactive and look at it from like a third party point of view. And it almost like helps you put things at ease. You're like, oh, like I don't have to react that way when this comes up. Or, oh shit, this person is coming at me this way and it's making me feel this way. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to remove myself and go and sit in my kingdom and just observe what it is that's going on. It may not make complete sense right now as to why you are holding such a close light up against these things, but I have a feeling that over the course of this next year for you guys, certain situations that you held the light up against now are going to come back around in your reality, and you're going to be prepared and equipped to be able to handle them. And not in the way that you used to, but now in this way of, oh, that's funny that you're trying to come at me like that. I've already gotten to the bottom of why I react a certain way to when you say things like that or do things like that or X, Y, or Z. You're figuring out why you respond to certain triggers the way that you do. So that way you cannot respond that way anymore. Thus ripping all the power out of the hands of the people that think that they know how to push your buttons and step on your toes. You're taking away from people the ability for them to demonize you every time you dive introspective and follow those things to the core, instead of just kind of surrendering to the fact that they're there and kind of letting them do their thing. Does this make sense? I hope like this picture is kind of tying in for you guys. All right, Capricorn. I think that's it for this month. It's a month of being your own best friend, of being very independent and recharging if you allow the energy to do so. The Hangman is a recharge energy if you stop trying to make something work out of it. Scorpio's deep, whether we like it or not. Use this time to really go inward, because again, like I said, some of these things that people use to trip you up aren't working anymore. They don't work this month, but even past this month, because of the energy that you will hopefully use to find those things out, you're going to be able to rid those triggers of yourself. People better start getting more creative with how they want to approach you. Thank God for it. Love you, Capricorn. See you in December.